Brought to you by stationhousecoffee.com and inspireddisorder.com/ting.
What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
The Ultimate Movie Championship! This is episode 47 of the Ultimate Movie Championship from IDP 297. This is a show where Keith Spurlock and myself sit down. We're given two movies at random, and we must argue and fight over which of those movies is more deserved to be put on top of our ultimate movie list over at flickchart.com. So let's see how it all plays out in this episode right now.
The 90s.
The 90s?
Our teen years. Man, I don't think I've seen that Star Trek. First Contact.
Yeah, it's the first movie from the Next Generation. You never saw it with the Borg and shit?
So. I don't think I saw any of those movies. Hudsucker Proxy versus Free Willy. I have probably similar recollection of both of these movies.
I've seen both of them multiple times.
Hudsucker Proxy, was that the car one? He invents the car with the lights that turn?
No.
Hula Hoop?
Yep.
It's one of those kinds of movies. It's
Tim Robbins.
It's the brother duo that does all the great movies.
The Fairleys?
Great movies. Consistently.
Coens?
Yeah. No. Yeah. Yes. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Coen Brothers. I'd go Hudsucker Proxy.
Yeah,
for this.
for sure. It's a
Free Willy was a kid's. It was like I felt too old to watch it, even though I did watch it.
I had little
I don't know.
sisters.
Oh well, you had an excuse to. I don't think I've seen.
I've never seen Boxing Helena.
Seen Quiz Show?
Yeah.
All right. Quiz Show, which is a issue of the Quantum
True-ish
Leap
story
based on a true story. Yeah. GoldenEye. See that one? Pierce
Yeah.
Brosnan. The worst. There was horror.
The worst movie
He
with
did
the
the worst
best
ones.
video game.
Yeah, that's
Ever.
the only. Yeah, that's probably the best. Probably the best video game to come from a movie,
Yes.
right? Nothing has ever. No video game has crossed over.
The
the
video
other way,
game
but
was better than the movie.
anything could have been better than that movie. Just the poster's better.
Quiz Show's better than that movie.
Yeah, I'd go Quiz Show.
And Quiz Show, I don't even like that movie. I was
It's
bored.
all right.
I was
Yeah,
like,
it's-
okay, I get it.
They
Whatever.
should have killed a kid. I would have gave a shit about it more. Like The Revenant.
This fucking Suburban Commando poster is awesome.
Suburban Commando, which I know I've seen, but I can't fucking remember at all.
I can't remember it all, but
versus From Dusk Till Dawn.
so we're going from Dusk Till Dawn. But kudos on the
Yeah.
Suburban Commando
It is a cool
poster. Like the
very
Hulk,
80s. That's
how
80s.
Hulk Hogan is framed.
They are holding on to the 80s.
Lasers.
Yep.
Did you ever have the laser background in your school picture?
Shit. I mean, probably, but not that I can remember.
I totally had the laser.
I never really got school pictures or yearbooks.
Well, my parents loved
So,
me. So.
Yeah. No, there's no photographic evidence from a lot of my life. From Dusk Till Dawn. Even though I'm not a big vampire guy, it's a fun movie.
You love vampires.
Nah. I just love goth dudes with sharp teeth. From Dusk Till Dawn. Problem Child. I've not seen Bastard Out of Carolina.
That's I would have remembered.
Probably not a title
I would have
that you
remembered
could use
that
today. Yeah. I would have remembered that Bastard. There's a lot of bastards in the 90s, I think. Although you still use it, I think that one Game of Thrones movie show. Problem Child versus Election. Dark comedy. I've watched it a couple times. Not a big fan.
I liked Problem Child when I was a kid. I really liked that fucking movie.
Yep.
Of course,
Gilbert Godfrey was in that, right?
Yeah, I was 9 when it came out,
Yeah.
so I was like almost comparable. He was still a little younger than I was while I was watching the movies.
Yeah. He was such an asshole.
Oh, he's such an asshole.
I can't really remember it, but I did like, I think the first two.
Yeah.
And then I know they've done a bunch
No,
of
they
other
did.
ones, new
Once it
actors
wasn't,
and shit.
yeah, once it wasn't the originals, but the first one I thought was the best. I'd go with Problem Child over
Yeah.
Election.
Yeah. Ritter, was he in it? Was he the dad?
John Ritter, yeah.
Stargate versus 33 and a third. The final insult. I mean, I'd probably go Stargate.
I'm going Stargate on this one as well. Like, I love the Naked Gun movies. The third one, probably my least favorite of the three. Stargate, I thought was a really
It was all right.
fun sci-fi.
It was all right. It was okay.
Like, I liked the concept of it.
Yeah, it was all right. They did shows, which I didn't give a shit about.
I couldn't.
They did a few
I
different
tried
shows.
to watch some of those Stargate shows, and I'm like, I just can't.
MacGyver came back for one of them. Was like, no, I can't. Sorry, dude. I'm done. Your mullet doesn't work anymore.
Well, it has no power on me.
Stargate was all right, though.
Kurt Russell, he was Stargating the shit out of that.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen either. I've
not
seen
seen
Dragonheart, but I don't know.
Dragonheart is the one where Sean Connery is the voice of the dragon.
Okay, yeah.
And I have not seen Passing Glory, but I have seen Dragonheart.
It's weird what people call their shits, you know? But I've never seen
Just Passing Glory.
Passing Glory, yeah. Maybe that's what you call the ones you don't have to wipe. I just want Passing Glory. Desperado versus Dragonheart. Desperado being the sequel to
El Mariachi.
Yep, independent. This is kind of where
Robert
Rodriguez found his style of like super, almost like a Michael Bay, but clearly a different,
But
like
not as
more
blowy
cohesive.
uppy.
He knows how to tell a story.
Yeah.
He's actually a good filmmaker, unlike just the guy that makes a shitload of money for doing dog shit. I'd go Desperado.
Yeah.
And out of the you got El Mariachi, Desperado, and Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
That one is
Hated
shit.
that one.
With
the first
Enrique
one's right.
Iglesias and Johnny Depp joining.
Johnny Depp, one of his worst, and that was like, okay, this is where around the time where Johnny Depp just started just doing the same thing. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna do this kind of drunk, like basically all of the Pirates movies, and then he's that in a lot of other things to a degree or two. But yeah, this is the best one of the trilogy. Desperado. I don't think I've seen
No Awakenings for me.
The Nutty Professor. I'm pretty sure I've seen that, and I may have seen Awakenings, but I don't remember it. For Richer or Poorer versus, have you seen that?
Yes.
Yeah, it's sad. Versus The Nutty Professor. For Richer or Poorer, Tim Allen.
Christy
Kind of
Alley.
the end of the peak of his Proud Tool time, or Home Improvement.
Yeah.
Probably he had a few movies, the Santa Claus movies.
This was
Kirstie
like
Alley, Amish. Are they running? Is it one of those where they're hiding in the Amish things? Like pretty much every time somebody goes to Amish land is because they're running from the government.
yeah.
It's like the Midwest Mexico.
Oh, it is.
It's like we gotta hide.
It's safe space.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm touching base.
Oh,
And
even
I'm
the cover art for that, for Richer or Poorer, is so like stereotypical 90s movie cover
That's
art.
just 90s. Well, they're both 90s movie posters to the max.
Yeah.
But I'm going to
So
go Nutty
bad.
Professor on this just because
Yeah. It's
Eddie Murphy was
it's
still
the lesser
slightly
worse.
funny.
It's
Yeah,
the
he
lesser
was
worse.
Still slightly
I
funny.
mean, but that's when he started just doing, oh, I'm just going to be everything. And then I get caught with a tranny and I disappear. House on Haunted Hill versus Cruel Intentions.
Cruel Intentions.
Yeah, I got to go Cruel Intentions. Not a big fan of the movie, but definitely House on Haunted Hill. There was a lot of like haunted house movies that came out.
Yes.
A lot.
Locked. Hey, speak of Santa Claus.
Wow, this is interesting. The Santa Claus versus An American Tail, Five Goes West,
Which is the sequel to
right? To
An American
Tail. I gotta go The Santa Claus. It's one of my favorite movies growing up.
Really?
For the holidays. Yep. I was a big Tim Allen fan. I loved Home Improvement. I loved that sitcom.
I liked Home Improvement.
And then these movies, I don't know, it was like a cool idea. It's like, oh, a kid has a dad? That's amazing.
Yeah, I'd probably say I've seen it more, but if it would have been up against the original American Tale,
I can't remember. Like, I remember watching those when I was like, I remember like friends that had them, and I like watched them.
I went to the movie and saw the original one.
Really? Yeah. I don't have a lot of connection to. Although they could probably still beat a lot of shit. You know, the minimal memory I have of the American Tale franchise, but the first Santa Claus is the best.
So
we're going with Santa Claus.
Yeah, I'll go with Santa Claus. Although, shout out, I like the 5 series.
For sure. It's a good series. It's going to be a lot of series.
It's just nostalgia.
Yeah. The Faculty versus Rush Hour. The first Rush Hour.
I'm going to surprise you on this one because I'm going Faculty.
That doesn't really.
That doesn't surprise.
No, because I don't think you've ever chosen a Rush Hour movie.
Really,
although we usually get the sequels.
Mostly. But
I'm not a big fan out of the Jackie Chan movies that hit America. Chris Tucker, the least enjoyable to listen to in any movie. Like, I'm glad that he dies in a lot of Tarantino movies or in a lot of movies, gangster movies or whatever. You just got the whiniest fucking voice.
It was perfect for Friday. It was perfect for Fifth Element. In my opinion.
Yeah, he was perfect for Fifth Element. But I'm not a big fan of that movie, but he's perfect for it.
Because that was originally... part was originally written for Prince.
Right. Which I just really don't care about that movie at all. But I like the Shanghai Noon, Shanghai Nights buddy comedy, Jackie Chan, more than Rush Hour. However, The Faculty was just teen sci-fi horror movie.
Yeah, I liked it. It had it was like a who's who of like early.
Yeah, it was what they still do. They just pack in all the teen stars into a movie because they know all the kids will go see.
It reminded me a lot of like
little wacky dacky or whatever.
It reminded me a lot of The Thing because the aliens, fucking. You still looked the same, but you didn't
took
know
your body over.
Yeah, you didn't know if your buddy was fucking.
I prefer the Men in Black version of that. Edgar suit. I'm just saying, I like Rush Hour. I'm not a big fan of Rush Hour as far as the movies he's done. Chris Tucker, one of my least favorite actors to see in anything, just because it's not his fault. It's just I don't like his voice. Like, I'm not a big fan of Kevin Hart. Not that he's not a great comedian. I just can't stand when he delivers comedy.
Yeah,
like it's very Chris Tucker like whiny. And then The Faculty was all right. I mean, it's like right up there with like I Know What You Did Last Summer and Scream and like came out around those times.
Yeah, but I don't know. I like sci-fi fantasy.
I liked it
more than.
But I liked Rush Hour more.
Rush Hour.
Yeah, I mean I liked both of them.
I'm going to take this one to the judges.
Rush Hour's just Jackie Chan's stunts alone are better than The Faculty. Like
that shit doesn't impress me anymore.
Well, he was the last actor to kind of do that.
Tom Cruise, bro.
Yeah. When Tom Cruise falls from a building and has a hole in his head to this day from doing his own stunts are done differently now. He was doing stunts in China.
China.
All right, Rush Hour. I mean, this is going to be interesting. To like critically acclaimed films.
Yeah.
I already see it. 60? Yeah, 60%.
Oh yeah, you won on this one. I can't see The Faculty breaking 60.
It could, man. Who knows? Faculty. Oops. Okay. The Faculty coming in at
54.
Yeah, it's close. That was both were higher than I thought they would be. Rush Hour. Never touch a black man's radio. I mean, at least that line's in there. Yeah, there was some fun lines. I guess it wasn't that bad. Now that it won. I've never seen The English Patient.
I have not either.
Doors, from what I heard, that's Val Kilmer, right?
Yes.
He wanted that role so bad that he made a demo tape and gave it to like a casting agent, a producer, director, something like that, or played it for them.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't know. They thought they were just listening to the Doors. He didn't realize that. I don't know. It's a story I heard. James and the Giant Peach versus the Doors. The Doors. Yeah. Not the greatest movie, but
They're Oliver North.
Stone?
Or Stone. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oliver North.
Before he started making really shitty movies. Time Cop versus the Flintstones. Live action, 1994. Yabba Dabba Doo. Man, Time Cop.
Time Cop for
versus the Flintstones. Yeah, I didn't like any of the Flintstones. I mean, I love the cartoon growing up, but
me. Yeah,
the fucking live action. Whoa, I like that poster. American Beauty versus Lethal Weapon 4.
American Beauty.
Yep, the Jet Li was trying to come into the market. He's like, oh, Jackie Chan's making his
He's
thing.
like, look, it's like me, and then like Chris Rock,
Yeah.
and Joe Pesci, and then the boys, and his girlfriend. We're all back.
Mm-hmm. Rene Russo. Oh shit, American Beauty.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if we had chosen. I just kind of went to it. Forrest Gump. Jesus, The Return of Jafar.
It's Aladdin 2.
Yeah, I think I've seen that.
I've seen it.
But Forrest Gump.
Yeah, Forrest
I
Gump.
mean, it's
for
like
sure.
it's so weird. A weird spin-off sequel. The straight to VHS sequel comes
Yeah.
up. Cliffhanger versus A Night at the Roxbury. I'm going Cliffhanger on this one. I'm not
They're both
at all a
terrible
fan
movies.
of A Night at the Roxbury at all. Like even the skit.
I'm not either.
The skit
Well,
was
the skit
played
was
out.
all right.
The skit was played out
It got
immediately.
played out, but
immediately. So then they did.
I'll go Cliffhanger, but they're both terrible movies.
Yeah, I know they're not good, but I'd rather if I had two channels. I was in a motel, Holiday Inn, and there's only two channels, and those are the only options. I'm throwing Cliffhanger on, whether I watch it or not. I don't know.
Someone's not a fan.
Yeah, Cliffhanger. Somebody probably slammed a door or something. Basic Instinct. I have not seen. Well, have I seen that Judge Dredd?
That's the
I
original.
don't think so. Yeah, I know.
Stallone?
I don't think I ever saw it.
What?
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of. I was like, I don't know. It's
Of fun movies?
There's
that
a
movie's
lot
dog
of-
shit.
yeah,
but
there's a
it's
lot of
still
bet- I
fun
probably-
when I was a kid.
well, everything's fun when you're a kid. There weren't too many movies that I hated, unless they were like slow dramas. And I was like, I don't like it. Basic Instinct versus Mr. Holland's Opus.
I'm gonna go Basic Instinct.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Mr.
I mean,
Holland's Opus, Deaf Son. He writes orchestra. He writes whatever that shit's called, music.
yeah.
It's very heartfelt. A lot of those,
If you're a band geek, you're picking Mr. Holland's Opus.
not
Like,
necessarily. It's about. I mean, maybe it depends on if you're like those sappy, like pull at your heartstrings. This is a movie designed to make you cry.
yeah.
Versus Basic Instinct, we're gonna show you Kim Basinger's pussy.
Yes.
Kind of in very low resolution.
Very
You get to see like you get to see that she doesn't have panties on. I think.
I've paused that.
Yeah, it's
very-
doesn't give you
no.
anything. Doesn't give you anything. Basic Instinct, which isn't that great of a movie.
No, it's not
either,
great.
But
It's not even that good, but it's still better than the other.
Godzilla, which one is that one?
That's the 99.
The Matthew
The
Broderick
98, yeah.
one. Versus A Time to Kill.
A Time to Kill for
Fuck
sure.
Yeah, Time to Kill. Fucking Samuel L. Jackson, great role. Fucking everybody's great. McConaughey.
Yes, they
fucking
deserve
great.
to die, and I hope they burn in hell.
Yeah. Now imagine that girl is white. They're like, oh, I get it. Yeah, for sure. The soundtrack for Godzilla was good though.
Yeah.
Tomorrow Never Dies versus Die Hard 2. Basically,
Die Hard 1, not at Christmas.
yeah, in a plane. Die Hard 1 in
Airport.
Yeah.
Die Hard 2.
Yeah. Ghost Dog, The Way of the Samurai versus
Way of the Lazy-Eyed Samurai.
Yeah, versus Armageddon. I had to go Armageddon on this one.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of Ghost Dog.
Not a big fan of either.
Although I do like Wonky Eye. Wayne's World.
The original.
Why are they holding up three fingers?
It's happened almost every time. It really bothers me.
Versus the cigarette movie, The Insider.
I've not seen The Insider.
Good movie. People threw up in that during that movie because that was the first doc style where it was a movie, but it was shaky cam doc movie. People threw the fuck up. Pretty good movie. Oh wow, kids movie. Richie Rich versus Wayne's World. Have you seen Richie Rich?
Yes, 100%.
Me too. Wayne's World.
Wayne's World. But
Yeah.
Richie Rich wasn't a bad kids movie. I was still a kid when it came out.
Yeah,
Like,
it wasn't nothing.
It wasn't
was
anything
nothing.
great, but it was still like I watched it. I've watched it more than once.
Yeah. But it's like every kids movie, there's a formula you have to do. Put a kid in charge and see what happens. And then you have like all of these movies, like
Yeah,
they
and
play
as a
baseball.
kid, I was like,
they're the
I like
president.
that.
Yeah, I know. It's super easy formula.
Yeah.
It works. That's
Yeah.
like the same thing with reality TV. There's a formula to it. They know how to addict people. Doesn't mean there's any part of that movie that I remember.
Oh, I remember so much.
I don't
of that
remember
movie.
any. I just remember it like it bleeds together with like Blank Check and like there's all these kids movies that it could easily be. But Wayne's World. I mean,
Wayne's
is,
World
like,
for sure. Yeah.
the one of the only good Saturday Night Live movies. There's only a few. They did a lot of them.
There's a couple, but yeah.
Night at the Roxbury is not one of them. Wayne's World. I mean, hello, it's not public access. It's YouTube. Scream 2 versus Wild Things.
Wild Things for me.
This is like just because I jerked off to Wild Things is like the pool scene.
Why do you think that's what they're showing on the
I know.
picture? They're like, hey,
Yeah, but that's the only
you watch
memorable.
this-
I don't even know what the movie's about.
if you watch this movie again,
Yeah.
these chicks are gonna like make out and shit in the pool. And
Yeah.
you're like, yeah, I'm gonna watch that.
Yeah, but
Scream 2.
I'm not now. I got porn now. I don't need that shit. I don't need the fucking softcore.
Are you gonna watch Scream 2?
Probably. I can't imagine the acting or writing is anywhere good on Wild Things.
I'm taking a
because
stand just for girl on girl action.
Yeah, but then
I'm
you have
going
the
Wild
internet.
Things.
You get better versions of that on the internet, and then you get better versions of shitty movies with Scream 2.
Yeah, but like Scream 1.
Yeah, Scream 1's also better than Wild Things. All of the Screams are better than Wild Things. Wild Things is the only part of Wild Things is for kids to jerk off because the internet's not popular yet.
Yeah.
Now the internet's around, so it's
My nostalgia says, fuck Scream 2. You're going for Wild
you can't be
Things.
nostalgic for it when it came out when you're fucking supposedly almost an adult. I mean, you can.
What does that mean?
I don't know. It's just not a good movie. It's. I have no desire to watch it. I've probably actually tried to watch it and stopped it because it was so bad. And it's like, well, if I'm going to jerk off, I have way better content to jerk off to. I'm not going to watch a shitty fucking movie.
I like Matt Dillon and Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, they're all very mediocre actors and mediocre actresses. I get it. It's a very mediocre movie.
Versus
a sequel to a franchise that changed horror for a good chunk of the 90s. Where's Wild Things?
What happens in Scream 2?
Oh, there's twists, people you think who are murderers. The only thing I know that happens in Wild Things is
that I know that
woman on
one
woman
scene.
kissing.
I can't tell you one fucking thing that happens in Scream 2.
It starts off
A guy
with
in a
her.
ghost mask stabs
It starts
someone.
off with her at like a house farther like out of town, and then she something happens or she gets a call, she's talking to somebody in town, and there's a lot of references to the first one, but it ends up not being it. Like a phone rings and you think it's like the bad guy and it's not the bad guy. So it's highly referential, like all the sequels were, to what they were doing. The first one was made fun of every horror trope that was around before it. That's what the whole franchise did.
I'm saying I've seen it, but I can't remember any of it. Where I remember parts of it.
Well, yeah, because you remember the parts that you paused and rewound and rewatched a bunch of times. Just because you didn't, there was no good masturbation scenes in Scream 2 doesn't mean it's a good movie. I mean, I'm sure a lot of
weird kids fucking jerk off to
Scream
2.
Probably, but it's Wild Things is like, I challenge you to watch Wild Things.
I bet Wild Things wins on this one.
All right. I mean, clearly.
Hey, sometimes when I take it to the judges, I'm not really betting that mine wins. I'm just saying that I will not vote for the other one.
64. The fact that got better than I would rather The Faculty than that. Because The Faculty was a movie. I remember like kind of the plot of the movie.
Yeah.
It's Wild Things, I don't fucking know. It's just, chicks kissing. 90s was all about chicks kissing. Like every movie. We're going to get them. They don't see this shit.
The 90s wasn't bad, man.
Yeah.
Scream 2.
Oh, Scream 2. I spelled Scream wrong.
Yes.
Fucker, why don't you just be like a phone? All right, Scream 2, 81%.
What the fucking
blown
fuck?
Out of the water. The third one I don't think did
what
very well.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Wow.
So you can go jerk off to Wild Things now.
I'm probably not going to do that.
So then it's a useless movie. Clerks is what I was talking about. Clerks versus the Virgin. Have you seen the Virgin Suicides?
I tried to watch it once and I was like, whatever.
Right. It's I think Sofia Coppola, which I've yet to see a good movie, but everybody says, "Oh, it's amazing." Like I think that was one of them. El Mariachi.
Cool poster.
Versus Clerks. Yeah.
El Mariachi was hard to watch and very subtitled.
One of the few really good movies Kevin Smith did. One of the few.
I like a lot of Kevin Smith movies.
I know. Don't know. I don't even know if I've seen Spawn.
What?
Yeah. Real big fan of nothing. I don't think I've seen either of these. It took a long time for me to give a shit about superhero. I mean, I guess
that
Batman
was one of the
Superman.
Originals, and it was like not even a superhero. He was a fucking hellspawn that was sent back to fucking Earth to summon Satan's minions.
I'd rather reread Sam and Twitch, which are spin-off characters.
You don't know because you haven't read the original.
I do know.
How?
Spawn shows up in one page. He jumps in, there's a big page, and then
and you're like,
leaves.
I hated
and they're
that
like,
page.
what the fuck are you doing? Get the fuck out. He has nothing to do with any of the stories.
Yeah.
It's a cop drama. It's like 7 more than anything. American History X versus another one of the haunted
house movies.
American History X.
By far.
Yeah. Our selection means not welcome. Oh boy. I haven't seen Snow Falling on Cedars.
No.
So we have Star Wars Episode 1.
The fucking
menace of sequels.
The fucking menace.
The prequel menace. Oh, God. I don't know if I have. I don't think I've seen
Haven't seen Runaway Bride.
All right, sweet. This is perfect. And this is the perfect poster just to kind of, emphasize.
Yeah, what you would be voting for if you voted for this.
So Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace versus Apollo 13. Houston, there is no problem.
Apollo 13 by far.
Yeah. That's a movie that's
you get
stocked
to see,
with great actors.
You get to see Tom Hanks pee in
great
space.
Movies. Like, that's such a great movie. There's like
I
stuff
recently-
going. All the
I
time.
recently heard someone bring up a very great point about Tom Hanks, and that is that he pees in every movie. Like,
Maybe.
it's one of the things that happens in almost every Tom Hanks movie.
I wonder if he was supposed to be in Waterworld.
He references either having to go to the bathroom
Yeah.
or
Was there a scene in was it Suburbia?
the Burbs.
The Burbs.
That he fakes he has to go to the bathroom so he can snoop in their house. A League of Their Own. He does that like 2-minute piss scene where you like meet him. Like,
Right,
you know,
right.
he's in the locker
Well,
room.
and
and
then
they're trying to
the Green
introduce
Mile,
him.
he has pee issues.
He can't pee, and then fucking Michael Clark Duncan touches his dick, and then he Castaway, he pisses in the ocean. Apollo 13, he pisses in space. Tom Hanks has built a
He
career.
pisses as to Brad Pitt is eating in every movie. He eats in every movie. It's like his acting style. I just watched Moneyball recently because it was in one of those bundle packs. I was like, fuck it, I'll watch. Pretty good movie, actually. Even though I don't give a fuck about baseball.
Yeah.
Pretty good movie. But he's eating throughout
Based
the whole
on
thing.
a true story.
Yeah, I know. Is historically actually yeah. I was gonna say I thought they used a lot of actual footage. I think they did for a lot of the baseball moments. They actually used footage from those seasons. I think it took them a while. Good movie though. I think they killed his kid, and that didn't happen, right? He probably didn't even have a kid in real life.
So he eats through the whole movie.
Yeah, he's always eating. In Fight Club, there's I don't know. I've watched the commentary, but when he first calls, when Edward Norton calls him on the phone,
yeah,
he's eating an apple, and then he's eating throughout. But he eats through so like almost every scene he's eating. It's so great. He's like in a meeting, and he's just like grabbing like peanuts and just kind of.
Robert Downey Jr. on Avengers hid snacks all over. Like, so there's just a bunch of shots of him in like the helicarrier when they're all around, like just eating snacks. He'd like walk,
But not during the movie.
Yes, during the movie, pulling them,
I don't see him
pulling them out.
But you see him in the movie eating.
Like has a bag of whatever because they couldn't like stop him from eating, and then like it just happened in shots.
Yeah. But Brad Pitt, through his career, that's like a acting thing. I think he's even talked about it in like Behind the Actors Studio or whatever. I don't know. Babe versus Patch Adams. Patch Adams.
Yeah, I'll go Patch
I don't
Adams.
give a fuck about Babe. I remember I may have seen both of them, but I don't fucking. They're movies. Oh, Striptease, Sentimental, Spank Bank.
Not really.
Because she doesn't kiss a woman. And what's his face is covered in Vaseline. Striptease versus Rushmore. I think Striptease came out either right before or right after she did G.I. Jane. Where she like shaved
right
her head
after.
and she's like, suck my dick. I gotta go Rushmore.
I'll go Rushmore on this.
I mean, out of the movies of Wes Anderson, I'm not a huge fan of that one, but I don't really give a shit about Striptease. Hey, that probably a role that Tom Hanks peeing in the Mr. Coffee. Waterworld versus Outbreak, the monkey virus pandemic movie.
The monkey gave Ebola.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
And then Waterworld was post-apocalyptic. It was Mad Max on water.
Yep.
I loved Waterworld.
So did I, and a lot of people fucking shit on it.
I don't get it at all.
It's fun.
I loved Waterworld.
Fucking the dude had gills.
The beach they go to when they find land, there's horses and shit. I've been to that beach because they filmed it off of the Big Island of Hawaii. One of the most expensive movies to make, and it didn't really do well.
Actually, it did make its money back, though. Like, people always say it was a flop.
That's not success, though.
It's not, but it did make its money back. So when people were like, oh, that epic flop.
That's considered a flop. And because it made news as being the most expensive movie to be made at the time.
They kept going over fucking budget and having to extend the fucking shoot time and push back the release.
If it doesn't,
still liked it.
If you invest the most amount of money you've ever invested into
Outbreak
something,
was an all right movie, but
There was a lot. That was like around the time of like Congo.
Yeah.
And it was like in the vein
So
of
this
those
was
kind
better
of,
than that. Like,
yeah.
Dustin Hoffman, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
And
Cuba Gooding Jr., I think.
and
No. Some
Susan
black dude.
Sarandon?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Sounds about right. Yeah, it was all right.
Waterworld. He's got gills. Kill him. What?
Yeah. Mutant.
Jesus.
Mutant. I don't think I've seen
the player.
Dances with Wolves versus Striptease. Striptease trying to come back like, I'm gonna beat Chumani Tatanka.
Look, she's like, well, what about this
different
pose?
pose.
Yeah, you like this pose?
It's weird because that came out. Striptease, I think, also after probably maybe a couple years. It was around the same time of Showgirls, where the chick from
I think it was right before,
around
Elizabeth Berkley
strip movies, stripper based movies
was in fucking
and,
Showgirls.
Yeah, the Saved by the Bell chick. She's like, I gotta get out of this goody girl. I'm gonna be a stripper.
But I gotta fuck dudes for real on camera to do it.
Yeah. Danza con Lobos, for sure.
For fuck sure.
Com or con? N or M?
Com.
Chumani Tatanka YPALO. Crash, not the Academy Award winning film from 2001. Crash, the David Spader erotic thriller type movie where you get in car accidents and it gives you orgasms. That's one that I have sentimental value for.
I have not seen it.
And it's better than the Academy Award winning Crash. That was a dog shit movie. Versus 10 Things I Hate About You, which is the first American movie Heath Ledger was in. Tin Cup, the epic golf movie featuring Chumani Tatanka YPALO
and Cheech Marin.
And Cheech Marin's in that?
And Rene Russo.
I remember Rene. I know I've seen the movie. Maybe like one. It's like typical
Cheech is like his homeboy.
It's like typical sports movie.
He's the groundskeeper.
Burnt out Cheech is?
Yeah.
That makes me actually want to watch that movie. Verse 10 Things I Hate About You, the teen comedy. Yeah, basically. With Heath Ledger. And the chick, can't think of her name.
I'm going 10 Cups.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you'd go 10 Things I Hate About You.
I don't
know. Probably, yeah, go Tin Cup. Sure. I don't really care. Hudsucker Proxy versus Dangerous Minds. Not the greatest movie, but did have a song in it that...
Coolio.
Yep. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I look at my life.
Gangster's Paradise.
Yeah.
Hudsucker's Proxy for me.
Dangerous Minds was like one of those
movies.
It's
the generic teacher goes to the hood and tries to...
so many of them.
So many.
The best one,
Substitute.
Stand and Deliver, was the best.
There's just so many of those fucking...
My
favorite, even though it's not the traditional one, was Lean on Me with Morgan Freeman. Because it wasn't a white person, but it was a hard-ass black dude. It was just...
Yeah, it was a good one. I mean, they were like all pretty good. I mean, they were the same formula, so it's hard to fuck it up. You know, taking troubled youths and, you know, making them smart. Like all the Sister Act movies were basically the same thing too, with Jesus and singing.
Yeah.
God, the 90s were so like the most like now we're doing just remakes of shit. Back then it was just like, an idea. Let's just all do.
Let's like roll it.
We need three volcano movies. We need 20 teacher movies.
We need like a couple asteroid movies. We need
Fear from Africa. We got Congo. We got Outbreak.
Haunted house movies. Do you got any?
Yeah, we got a few. We got a few of them. Oh, we got a few. Hey, you like Taye Diggs? We can cast him in some shit.
Tween comedies.
Yeah. Oh, we got tons of those.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. I mean, they're tween rom-coms, actually.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm going Hudsucker.
Yeah, okay. Gattaca versus Empire Records. I gotta go Empire Records.
Yeah.
On this one.
Although
I am a huge fan of Gattaca.
I didn't hate Gattaca, but I really liked Empire Records.
I came to watch Gattaca like way late. I don't know when I saw. Probably like 2000, mid.
This was in the run of Jude Law being in every goddamn movie.
Yeah, yeah. He's great in it though. He's great.
Where's Jude Law now?
He's in the new show, New Pope on HBO. But he's been in a bunch of. He's not. I don't think like star power, but he's been in shit. He's working. Gattaca, awesome movie, sci-fi. Versus Empire Records, fun teen. Like this is one of those teen comedies, not emotional. Very similar to like a Dazed and Confused, where it's following a group of teens. Except for this is centered around a store,
centered around a record store as opposed to
a town, or a school. Yeah, Empire Records.
Great soundtrack.
Word. Yep. There was a lot of great soundtracks in the 90s. That was part of... They're selling CDs like nobody's tomorrow. Free Willy.
The freest of Willies.
I don't think I've seen Sphere. What is Sphere?
It's...
Tell me Sphere.
Space drama, Lawrence Fishburne, Sharon Stone... Dustin Hoffman,
super slow
in space, super
slow.
There's
sci-fi.
this weird orb thing, and then it makes everyone fucking freak out. I like the movie.
Can
Sphere.
this be a double knockout?
I like I
really?
actually like Sphere.
I didn't like it at all. It's so slow. Like The Siege was one of those movies that was like supposed to be really good, but I just didn't. It was so slow. I could never actually finish it. But I've seen this. I've seen Sphere.
I like it just because I like fucking sci-fi space
I'll go with
shit
it over fucking Free Willy.
Yeah.
Fucking. Although Free Willy has a better message. Free fucking.
Fuck that whale.
Free and SeaWorld. No, fuck the owners of SeaWorld.
True.
Fuck them.
Well, fuck that whale too.
I mean, I heard that whale raped the kid in the movie.
I think that
but
whale actually did kill a few people.
That whale was hanging out with Michael Jackson, so he may have just learned some stuff from MJ. 3 Men and a Little Lady.
I can't say that I've seen that. I've seen 3 Men and a Baby. I have not seen 3 Men and a Little Lady.
I have seen it. But I mean, it's going up against There's Something About Mary, so
There's Something About Mary wins.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna beat almost any movie those guys are in. I've not seen Wolf. Have you seen Thin Red Line?
No.
Super slow. I'm not a big fan. Super slow war movie. No, it's like well directed. I think they got like talked about a lot for that. But
I haven't seen either of those.
I have seen The General's Daughter. General's Daughter gets kidnapped in that and then raped. She gets like tied up to like something and she gets raped in the movie. Not a great movie.
Yeah, I would have remembered a rape scene.
Yeah,
so I haven't seen either.
Yeah, I think I've seen both. Oh, you haven't seen either. But I don't really remember the deets.
With free shipping
What
all
the
season
shit?
long, Best Buy makes gift giving easy.
What the
But
hell
if you
just
made the holidays
happened?
any
I don't
easier,
know.
Nutcrackers would actually do something useful.
Why?
Nothing.
Why?
Stop it! It's never done this before.
Why? Why is there an ad scaring the fuck out of me? Fuck you, Best Buy. Fuck you, Best Buy. Fuck Best Buy. That kind of scared me. I was like, where's this sound coming from? It's in my ears.
It's in my ears. What is?
It's like who's hacked our system? All right. Oh man. Let's just do a few more.
All right.
My heart's all aflutter. Far and Away.
Far and Away, one of Tom Cruise's worst movies.
It's a good movie. It's just really long and
It is fucking
whatever.
terrible.
Versus Beverly Hills Cop. It's way better than like The Faculty and
I would rather watch The Faculty 1,000 times before Far and Away.
Beverly Hills
The terrible
Cop 3.
Irish accent. Beverly Hills Cop
Whatever.
3, I can tell you the plot of that one. I think they go back to Detroit.
Maybe
On his home
I know
turf.
I've seen it.
I know I've seen it.
it's not as good as the first one's really, they kind of get progressively
This is
worse.
definitely one of those. I don't give a fuck, but I don't know. I'd
one
say
ends. That one ends at the theme park, and he's in like the.
Oh, that's that one.
Yeah, look at the background. It's the roller coaster.
All right, I'm down
Yeah.
with that one.
Yeah. Which I mean, that's not a great one.
No,
but,
they're all terrible.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't really give a fuck about Far and Away. Super long movie.
Never seen Velvet Goldmine.
No, me either. Outbreak's back against. Have not seen Beach Babes from Beyond,
but maybe I should check.
I would
that out
have if I was able to rent that movie. The Lawnmower Man versus Outbreak. I've seen The Lawnmower Man once. I remember it being having something to do with like virtual reality.
Yes.
He experiments with his gardener, right? And he makes him smart using virtual reality.
Yep.
But it's a very early. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like early '90s, but heavy CGI.
Terrible
for the
CG
time.
now, but
Yeah.
for the time, it was
all
not
right.
bad. It was like,
all right.
well, I mean, we haven't seen shit like that, so it's like, this is
It was all
crazy.
right. I didn't see it at '92. I saw it late '90s for sure.
I'll probably go Outbreak on this
Yeah,
one.
me too. Rene Russo worked a lot in the '90s.
Fuck yeah.
Oh. Whoa. Whoa.
Oh, saving my choices.
like, well, you guys
saving
didn't-
my It hurt us to say we're going to stop, and they're like, oh, wait. There we go.
There you go. Well, shit. I've seen parts of The Prince of Egypt, but I've no
I have
desire
not
to
seen.
watch a religious Disney movie.
I've probably seen that Jackson's one, but I couldn't tell you if
Never
it.
seen that. Well, maybe.
Best Buy's making the
Oh,
Jesus
Jesus,
fucking
fuck you,
Christ.
Best Buy.
For sure, I need to get some kind of like ad blocker going. Pirates of Silicon Valley. I've
Have
never
not
seen
seen
that.
it.
I don't think I've seen Selma either.
Selena.
Sorry, I just remember her songs, and then she got killed by her fan.
By the president of her fan club.
Yeah.
Flan club?
We've known other insane people. Who
Magic
are
Voyage. I don't know.
Georgia.
And Strawberry and Chocolate. Where the fuck are we going with this shit?
We're going deep in the '90s, bro.
I've not seen The Muse.
Jingle All the Way versus Bad Boys, the original Bad Boys. Bad Boys.
Bad Boys.
Yeah,
But
Not
what
a
about
bad-
Talking Turbo Man?
it's not a bad movie. I mean, that was around the time of Tickle Me Elmo, so very topical kind of. I've never seen Dragon Ball Z.
I have.
Anything from Dragon Ball Z.
I have.
I have seen Michael. There was a lot of religious movies, big budget religious movies too in the '90s. How about that? Ghost Dog, Way of the Samurai versus Michael. I want to go with Ghost Dog, Way of the Samurai just because I don't give a fuck about religious comedy starring John Travolta.
I don't either, but Michael was better than Ghost Dog.
It
was at least funny.
It had more money in it. I don't think it was funny. I don't remember Michael being funny at all.
It was jokey.
I
didn't
only
mind it.
remember adults loving it because he was in this new movie. Came out right when around the same time as fucking
Phenomenon.
No, Tarantino.
Oh.
Pulp Fiction.
Fiction.
And there's the dancing scene in Pulp Fiction. There's also a dancing scene in this.
Yeah.
But it's if you were to Christianify a movie with a dance scene, this was the dance scene phenomenon. Travolta dancing.
I'll go Ghost Dog then. I don't
Yeah.
care, but
They're both
I
shitty
think,
movies.
I think
but
Michael's
I
better.
don't give a shit. I'd rather watch Phenomenon, where he has
Yeah,
the tumor and
Phenomenon's
thinks
fun.
he has. Yeah,
I didn't mind that movie at all.
no, I like that movie. It was kind of Rain. He turned into Rain Man. Airheads versus Any Given Sunday. Willy Beeman, Steamin' Willy Beeman. Versus probably one of the best movies, the dude from The Mummies.
Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, it's probably one of his best movies. He plays an idiot.
I really like Airheads.
I really did. I really liked Any Given Sunday,
Any
even though a
Given
lot
Sunday
of people
was
hate
alright.
that movie. I don't know why.
I don't have a problem with
Yeah.
it per se, but
I
it's
thought it was a lot
not
of fun.
great.
Yeah, it would have been better if they could get the
Just
licensing
Al
from
Pacino
NFL.
screaming the entire time.
Well, it's Al
which is
Pacino
Al
being
Pacino
Al
in every
Pacino,
movie. But I don't know. I really thought Airheads was fun. It was funny.
funny movie.
It was fucking
Adam
Steve
Sandler.
Buscemi, Adam Sandler, Brendan Fraser, and a bunch of supporting characters. You know, there's other football movies. Airheads is
Make sure you support our sponsor, stationhousecoffee.com, and follow Station House Coffee on Instagram and order yourself some small batch, single origin, premium coffee brewed in Thetford Center, Vermont, shipped directly to you. Help support small business and get yourself some amazing coffee. At the same time, go over to stationhousecoffee.com and order your coffee today. Also, if you're looking for new cell phone service, you're not looking to spend an arm and a leg, go over to inspireddisorder.com/ting and get yourself some new cell phone service and $25 in credit when you go through my link, inspireddisorder.com/ting. Make sure you follow Keith Spurlock on Twitter at KeithSpurlock1. New episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out every single day. Subscribe on IGTV, YouTube, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Binge the full week ad-free over at patreon.com/Inspired Disorder. Buy Ray Taylor Show merch over at inspireddisorder.com and follow the show on Instagram at Ray Taylor Show. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!